The Oversight Board of Facebook has decided to continue the ban against the filthy, rotten bastard who, even to this day, wants to overthrow the government of the United States and establish himself as the, Napoleon of the United States. That would be this squatting pig down in Mar-a-Lago. But this panel, it's a panel appointed by Facebook. It consists of journalists, activists, lawyers, and they ruled earlier today to uphold Facebook's ban on the pig, and that ends any immediate return by the orange bastard to mainstream social media. And in the process, and of course this is a part that the orange bastard loves, it does stir up again the debate about tech power over online speech. See, I don't see it as a debate over tech power over online speech. I see it as these tech companies who have done both a tremendous service to the human race and a tremendous disservice to the human race. That's the thing about technology. It's wonderful, but it will fucking cut your throat given a chance, right? To me, what the issue is that these social media companies have the right to eliminate speech that obviously, I don't give a shit about subtleties here. I don't care about nuance, but obviously is pushing for death, destruction, pain, suffering, racism, homophobia, all that shit. And if there is somebody in this country like the orange pig who squats on his pile of cheeseburgers in Mar-a-Lago, if there's someone like him who is actively trying to destroy democracy, then fuck him. He doesn't have a right to anything. There's no freedom of speech where it concerns a private company. What are you talking about? So he can do what he has been doing. Put stuff on your, send out memos, you dumb bastard, do that. But no Facebook for you. Now, the thing about this oversight board at Facebook, just a little information, it acts as a quasi-court to deliberate what Facebook's company decides where it concerns content decisions. And the board said that Facebook was correct in barring the orange bastard after he used Facebook to stir up the insurrection, the traitorous act against the United States back in January. And this panel of journalists, activists, and lawyers added that the ongoing risk of violence by this son of a bitch justified the suspension. However, God damn it, there's always a however, right? The board also said that Facebook's penalty of an indefinite suspension was, quote, not appropriate, end quote. And that the company should instead apply what the board calls a defined penalty, 6 months a year. I say a good definition of the penalty for this orange son of a bitch should be lifetime. There, it's defined. A lifetime ban, huh? Anyway, the board gave Facebook 6 more months to make its final decision on Trump's account status. Hopefully, the company will decide that this filthy goddamn Nazi should not have a font to spread his poison and eliminate his access to Facebook altogether. That's what I hope. Now, this decision by the board, this panel, I should say, does, in fact, as the Times points out, adds difficulties to Trump rejoining mainstream social media. And of course, you know how he abused and fucked over and destroyed and violated every single principle of decency in the time that this pig was in office using all the social media platforms. Not only that, but to rile up his tens of millions of sick goddamn followers. Twitter and YouTube also cut off the orange bastard back in January after after he led the insurrection against the United States. And Twitter and YouTube at the time said the risk of harm and the potential for violence that the orange bastard created was too great to allow this son of a bitch to continue access to social media. However, now, this ruling doesn't mean that the orange bastard will not be able to return to Facebook at all once the company reviews its actions. Come on, Zuckerberg, do this right. Now, yesterday, the orange bastard unveiled a new site entitled From the Desk of Donald Trump. The desk of Donald Trump? That must be one of those lap boards that he uses when he's squatting on the commode, right? The desk of Donald Trump. He's going to use that to communicate with his cult followers. And it looks similar to a Twitter feed, complete with the posts written by the orange bastard that could be shared on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. So it can still be put on these various social media platforms, but not directly. His scum-sucking, brain-dead Nazi followers have to put it there. Anyway, a professor at Stanford University's law school said this, quote, "This case has dramatic implications for the future of speech online because the public and other platforms are looking at how the Oversight Board will handle what is a difficult controversy that will arise again around the world," end quote. This professor added this, quote, "Trump has pushed the envelope about what is permissible speech on these platforms, and he has set the outer limits such that if you are unwilling to go after him, you are allowing a large amount of incitement and hate speech and disinformation online that others are going to propagate," end quote. Well, that's my basic point. Donald Trump has eliminated his right to say shit about anything if he had a mouthful of it. He's such a Nazi. Now, what happened to the dumb bastard? Well, today he lashed out at 3 of the biggest tech giants after he was banned for another 6 months. In a statement, I know I shouldn't be doing this. I don't like to repeat anything this worm says, but I'm kind of gloating. I want him to suffer. I want him to feel like his tongue has been tied in knots. I'd like him to feel like he has no way to reach the sick fuckers who make up his cult. But what he said in a statement is this: "What Facebook, Twitter, and Google have done is a total disgrace and an embarrassment to our country." No, fuckwad, you're the embarrassment. But he went on. "Free speech has been taken away from the President of the United States because the radical left lunatics are afraid of the truth. But the truth will come out anyway, bigger and stronger than ever before." Free speech taken away from you, you scummy bastard, you. Hey, Trump, nobody's taking shit away from you. I'll tell you what, you want free speech? Get over to the main drag out in front of your Mar-a-Lago there in Palm Beach and stand on some fucking street corner like the rest of the bums do, and the alkies and the Christian fanatics, and say anything you want to. I mean, stand out there in the corner and scream your guts out. You've got free speech, dude. Asshole. And then he added this, quote, "The people of our country will not stand for it. These corrupt social media companies must pay a political price and must never again be allowed to destroy and decimate our electoral process." You see, this is the thing. This fucking man is obviously insane. First of all, he didn't write this. But the mere fact that it comes out over his signature or on his little page or whatever the hell it is, his memos, I don't know what you call it, the Trump tweet, Trump, oh, fuck it. He didn't write it because he doesn't know words like decimate, He has no idea. But when he says, or whoever wrote this for him, social media companies must never again be allowed to destroy and decimate our electoral process, it's just staggering to me, because this is what he tried to do and goddamn near succeeded. So anyway. Oh, yeah. The Orange Bastard also immediately began fundraising off of this Facebook announcement. I mean, it's just astonishing to me. The guy is a fucking grifter of the highest order. And the people that send him money, it's like sheep just standing there waiting to be sheared over and fucking over again. He texted supporters with a link to donate to his committee, Save America. Oh, Jesus Christ. And that webpage said this. You got to listen to this. Quote, President Trump is still banned from Facebook. Ridiculous. We are handing him a donor list with the names of every patriot who publicly stood with their president when the left came after him. If you step up in the next 10 minutes, we'll make sure your name is the first name on the list. Please contribute any amount immediately to stand with President Trump and to get your name at the top of the official donor list. Oh, my God. I mean, why not just tell the truth? Why not just say, hey, you dumb son of a bitches, give me some money. Give me some more. Keep it coming, you dumb shits. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Now, some of the Orange Bastard's allies in the Christian Fascist Party denounced the decision to keep the ban. Ronna McDonald, that's her name. I'm sorry, Ronna McDaniel. She just reminds me of Ronald McDonald. But Ronna McDaniel, who is the chair bitch of the Christian Fascist Party, she tweeted, quote, our right to freedom of speech comes from the Constitution, not Facebook's Oversight Board. That's right. That's right, chair bitch. So exercise your freedom of speech. Just get the fuck away from Facebook. I mean, come on. She went on, big tech has become an extension of the left's woke mob, and Congress should hold them accountable, end quote. By doing what, chair bitch? I mean, you're the chair bitch of the Christian Fascist Party. What do you suggest? Don't put your little vague half-assed statements out there, Ronald McDonald. What do you suggest? Jesus. And the last of a series of White House chiefs of staff that the Orange Bastard had, you remember him, Mark Meadows? He told Fox News today that, quote, it's a sad day for America. It's a sad day for Facebook. I beg to differ, Marky Mark. I really do beg to differ. It's a glorious day for America. It's a wonderful day for Facebook. What are you talking about? Sad day. Shit. And Marky Mark criticized the amount of influence that big tech companies have on free speech. He said this, quote, Google and Facebook and YouTube, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Google and Facebook and YouTube, oh my, actually control much of what America sees, whether it's you and I talking right now, and it gets reposted on any of those platforms. They have the ability to actually raise that profile or lower it. And so it is time that we break up big tech, not just regulate them, end quote. Hey, Marky Mark, how's come, you filthy little Nazi? Why didn't you come up with this shit when your boy was in office? Don't bother answering. And Gymnasium Jordan, Republican of Ohio, the facilitator of the molestation of Ohio State male athletes by the team doctor until the team doctor committed suicide. Gymnasium Jordan tweeted, quote, break them up. Oh, my God. And that little, I don't know what the hell John Kennedy, that Republican of Louisiana, I don't know. He looks like a chipmunk with all kinds of pine cones and shit stuffed in his cheeks. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, John Chipmunk Kennedy, Republican of Louisiana, on Fox News, describes social media companies' employees as, quote, practically Bolsheviks. Oh, my God, my God, my God. Where do they come up with this shit? It is entertainment. Oh, Chipmunk Face added this, quote, now that's okay. This is America. You can believe what you want. But no one believes that these social media platforms will regulate or censor, let's say, Senator Bernie Sanders, like they would former President Donald Trump or Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Well, Chipmunk Face, there's a reason for that, because Bernie Sanders is not advocating violence, death, destruction, racism, the overthrow of democracy, and the end to the United States, you dumb son of a bitch. Get some of the pine cones out of your cheeks. Get some of the acorns out of your brain and wake up, Kennedy, you stupid fuck. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.